studied tea ceremony under the Urasenke Chado tradition, one of the largest and most renowned tea ceremony schools in the world. So Chado means tea ceremony. Cha is tea. Do is way, the way of tea ceremony. Okay, so while I currently do not have enough time to organize my own tea group, but I enjoyed doing teaching a few friends. One of them are here, um, and casually, and sometimes do demonstrations in the public event. For example, me and my friends had a tea ceremony, the event at the um, uh, Nikkei Matsuri this year. So anyway, so what I would like to do is sharing this wonderful culture practice with the communities, including children. I organize a Japanese language school in Japantown every Saturday morning, and we have opportunities to introduce a tea ceremony to our students every year. Interesting thing is they are young children from 5 to 15, 16, and then they're usually very lively. But as soon as they sit in the kind of like a tatami room, they become very calm and quiet. Even we didn't do shh. So yeah, it's a kind of like a peaceful atmosphere. So 30 years ago, I was teaching Japanese language to businessmen, and one day, one of my students asked me, "So why do people turn the table before drinking?" So I don't know if you noticed that, but I didn't have an answer right away at the time. So yeah, why? I wondered. So I didn't know. My aunt had studied the tea ceremony when I was very young, like 6, 7, and sometimes made tea for me and asked me to turn the tea bowl twice. But I had never really thought about it deeply. So that was the first time I truly began to reflect on the tea ceremony. So I will tell you how why, but later. So I have a tea bowl here. Okay, hold on a second. Where's, oh, okay. So what we learned the Japanese tea ceremony. So I've often been asked that why have you been learning this for so long? It's just making drinking green tea, right? So yeah, well, it's yes and no. Beyond that, the essence of the tea ceremony lies in serving each bowl of tea with all my heart, offering the best hospitality every single time. Before serving the one bowl of tea, there are hours of preparation, especially for kind of formal tea ceremony. So first cleaning the room and choosing a theme using a hanging scroll with a Zen words or sometimes a picture, and selecting utensils that fit the theme, and decorating with seasonal flowers, and preparing charcoal and heating the water, changing into a kimono and washing my hands. It's so important. Preparing sweets and tea, and calming myself like meditation, and waiting for the guest. So each single time we practice all of these steps. I've been learning them for 30 years, and yet it still feel like I haven't mastered them. So isn't it incredible? For 30 years, still I feel like a beginner. But yeah, you need the patience. Okay, next one. So tea ceremony is, I believe, an art of hospitality. And then there's a word named ichigo ichie. To serve a bowl of tea, the host makes everything special because each opportunity is unique and can never be repeated. The location, the people, the weather, the season, everything is different each time. Think about it. If you were to meet this person for the last time in your life, wouldn't that moment be incredibly precious? So there is a famous Zen phrase that embodies the spirituality of the tea ceremony. So that is ichigo ichie, which means one time, one meeting, or every moment is a once in a lifetime opportunity. This philosophy perfectly explains the spirit of tea ceremony hospitality and aligns with the simple principles of Zen. Even if the situation seems similar next time, it could be a different season, different flowers might be decorated, or we could have different guests. So you will never meet the same people of the same scenery again. Each unique moment happens only once, so cherish and enjoy it. Just like at the gathering here too. So this is the core philosophy we have been learning. Therefore, we serve the one best tea in the one best tea room. Ichigo Ichie, the word was picked by the tea master named the Sen no Rikyu. Rikyu we usually call. Then who is a Rikyu? So the tea ceremony was introduced to Japan by a Buddhist monk named Eisai, who also brought Zen Buddhism to Japan around 1190. Over the following centuries, the practice of the tea ceremony gradually spread, but it took more than 300 years to take root. The current form of Chado, again tea ceremony, was established about 800 years ago by Sen no Rikyu, the guy pictured here. He redefined the tea ceremony's every aspect, the rules of procedure, the utensils, and even the architecture of the tea house. Rikyu family established the concept of wabi and sabi. I don't know if you know that, if you ever heard the wabi sabi. So that means wabi is the deliberate simplicity in daily living, and sabi is appreciation of the old and faded. Sometimes we put the kind of dead leaves, but it's beautiful. So that is sabi, not always live flowers. So yeah. And then this picture is drama Shogun, and I don't know if you have ever seen it, the chance. And then there's a one moment. It's at they did a tea ceremony. It's kind of secret meeting. So at that time, it's around 1600, and and then amazingly, they are still doing the exactly same things so what we are doing. So anyway, in the early days, around that time, Chado was a men only practice, and then only the wealthy, such as the samurai and monks, could afford a matcha tea up until the late 1800s, because matcha was kind of medicine, and at that time, and it was very expensive. The tea ceremony was also considered one of the key spiritual practice for the samurai. So Rikyu served as a tea master for two of Japan's most famous feudal lords, Oda Nobunaga and Toyotomi Hideyoshi. Around that time, it's a lot of war. War is everywhere. Unfortunately, Rikyu was ordered to commit seppuku, it's harakiri, by his lord, but his principles were passed down to his descendants who preserved and spread his philosophy. Today, there are 2 million practitioners of Chado in Japan. While there is no exact global count, the practice has spread to over 40 countries worldwide. Okay, so the Rikyu made 7 rules of tea ceremony practice. So I would like to introduce. So one is make a delicious bowl of tea. Yeah, it's of course everybody wants to drink at the delicious tea, but that means having the attitude of putting your heart and soul into making the best tea possible. So two, arrange the charcoal so the water boils quickly. Knowing what is essential and then prioritizing it is a key. 3. Keep the room cool in summer and warm in winter. And this sounds like, of course, thing. So it's important to consider the seasons and adjust accordingly and always make guests comfortable. 4. Arrange flowers as they grow in the nature. Show respect for the life given to you by nature by arranging flowers naturally. So tea ceremony flower is different from the Japanese flower arrangements. They are more like a decorative and then artistic, but in tea ceremony, arranging flowers is just like as they are growing in the nature. So 5, be prepared in advance. So be mindful of time and always make room for preparation. And also, we always encourage to go there 15 minutes before, just like American military. Oh, and then number 6, be prepared for rain. You must be able to adapt to any situation that arises. So just always thinking plan B, or that any situation arise and then you're just thinking and preparing. And number 7, give your guest consideration. So this is always show respect for others and cherish the time you spend together. So in fact, we try to extend these principles into our daily lives as a part of our personal growth. So Chado and Zen philosophy, again, so this is another one, another important principles in Chado is we call the Wa, Kei, Fei, Jaku for the concept that expresses a sense of serenity and appreciation. So, what is harmony? Open your heart and get along with one another. So, by the way, my name Kazumi is this what the Chinese character, and then me is beautiful. So my father said harmony and peace is beautiful. So I like that name, but the harmony is most important thing for me. So and then A is respect. So show respect to one another, valuing each person equally. In a tea room, everybody is equal. So even the high rank people or not, you know, the any situation arise and then you value each person equally. So in a tea room, everybody is equal. So even the high rank people or not, you know, the any situation arise and then you value each person equally. So the high rank people or not really, but um, we should treat them equally. So say purity. Purify not only what is visible, but also what lies within your heart. So, and then Jaku is tranquility, maintain calmness and composure in any situation, and then also accept everything as is. In the tea room, we aim to embody these principles by creating an atmosphere of peace and respect. We focused on enjoying the time together, free from gossip, grumbling, or any form of aggression. Wake Sejak is this teaching is fundamentally influenced by Zen Buddhist philosophy, while it is not the religion itself. The important aspect of Zen Buddhism have been incorporated to create the unique culture of the tea ceremony. The way of tea emphasizes accepting the natural world as it is. So, as well as accepting oneself and others as they are. It is not just a hobby or practice, but way of life. So, at least I feel like that. So, the tea ceremony is a reflection of many aspects of a Japanese culture. So learning Zen philosophy is an important part of studying the way of tea. But additionally, the tea ceremony is referred to as a comprehensive study, and becoming a skilled tea master requires a broad education. Zen as a philosophy rather than a religion, along with architecture, gardens, ceramics, lacquerware, history, flower arrangement, preparing meals and confections, and of course, learning about matcha, the green tea itself. All constitute aspect of learning process. Now I can show you the items what we have learned. Okay, first tea house, so architecture part, tea room and garden. Um, you probably see that those tea room, tea garden at the Hakone Garden in Saratoga. Those are very authentic. So traditional tea room is very tiny, only 3 by 3 meters, about 97 square feet, with a 4.5 tatami mat. The entrance called Nijiriguchi means a kneeling in entrance. So also very small, 2.5 square feet or even smaller. So when the guest enters through this kneeling entrance, the fact that guests must crawl into the room so they cannot hide a sword under their robes, because at the beginning a lot of samurai practice the tea ceremony, and then have to be very peaceful meeting, and then sword have to left outside of tea room. So nowadays on the standard tatami room is bigger with 8 tatami mats for the bigger groups. Okay, and tea garden and this water thing, it's called tsukubai, is also important part. A Japanese tea garden is a place for beauty of nature in harmony. A pathway of carefully placed stepping stones lead to the tea house. There is a water fountain called tsukubai right next to the tea house entrance to purify the hands and the mouth of the guest before entering the tea room. Okay. And then next are the main utensils we use. So those are the hanging scroll of calligraphy is we call the kakejiku. So this is a theme of the day, carefully picked by the host. Usually those were Zen phrase written by Zen monks or tea masters. So the guests sit in front of the kakejiku and respectively see it when they enter the room. So it's kind of bow to this hanging scroll. So this picture one is the enso is a kind of like a round circle. That means universe. It's kind of perfectness. And the other three is the tea utensil. It's a container, natsume, and chaire on top. Those are the tea container. And the usually natsume is a rockaware, and then for thin tea. And then this pottery thing is chaire. It's a for thick tea. There's two different kind of tea. And then the tea next the tea bowl and chawan and the tea scoop chashaku is tea scoop. It's usually made like bamboo or ivory. Usually bamboo. It's a kind of just a piece of bamboo wood, but yeah, the not just the teaspoons, but usually made by specialist and sometimes Zen monks or tea masters. This just the tea scoops. Sometimes it's very very expensive. Yeah, unbelievable. So and then the chawan is a lot of kiln, but three main kiln is raku, hagi, karatsu. And those are kind of not at the decorated, but it's a beauty of how do you say sabi. It's just a tall. So why those are the main utensils? Because they contain the tea. Tea is most important thing. So other utensils not touching tea is I don't want to say but less important in the tea room, like those. So the first is we call the kama furo. It's kettle. So kama is iron part is used for heating water for tea ceremonies made by specialists with cast iron. Originally, the kama was part of portable heat called flow. In time, the kama was taken from the flow bowl and is used from May through October. So it's more like a um, spring to summer and early autumn. Another heat sunk in the floor called ro is under the tatami mat. The floor can be used throughout the year, but if ro is available, it is used from November through April. It's a winter time mostly. And then this middle one is a water container, mizusashi. Just to put in a regular water, but keep clean water during the tea ceremony, and then add it to boiling the water. Mostly made with a pottery, but sometimes wood. And incense container, kogo. We use incense. So and then those kogo is incense container is kind of like reflect the occasion or season. So sometimes metal, wood, lacquerware, or pottery, or like the let's say the はい、出てこない。The second one is what do you say? Those things. I'm
The
sorry.
second, the second what?
Yes, the right hand side and then second picture is a muscle.
Oh, it's a shell.
Yeah, shell. Yeah, sorry, I didn't remember. The shell is sometimes used, and then of course, painted. And in the tea room, we use the charcoal, so incense is also added, but the fragrance should be faintly seen. The most popular incense material in these regions are sandalwood and agar wood, but not too much. Okay, and now it's the flower arrangement and then confection. So bringing the season into tea room is very important. As Rikyu said in the 7 rules, the arrange flowers as they grow in nature. The flowers in the tea room should be local seasonal blooms that we often find in the backyard or in the outdoor fields, allowing us to share the beauty of the season with our guests. There are some rules not using strong fragrance flowers such as roses or lilies, and also not very big or too bright flowers. So the seasons are also reflected in the confections. There are various types of sweets, such as dried candies or fresh cakes made with mochi and bean paste. Guests can enjoy these artistic confections before having a matcha tea. So those are actually I love the making sweets. So those are I made it, and at the each season or each occasion, and then the making some different type of uh, the sweets. I actually this is like a Play-Doh, so but it editable. Okay, so and then at the finally it's a about the matcha, and I would like to share. We do not use sugar or cream when serving matcha tea, not like a matcha frappuccino. So instead, we serve the sweets first and allowing the guest to enjoy the plain matcha tea and appreciate its aroma and flavor. Matcha is a finely ground powder made from specially grown and processed green tea. It is produced from shade-grown tea leaves, which slows down their growth and stimulate an increase in chlorophyll levels, and then turns the leaves a darker shade of green. This process also boosts the production of amino acids, particularly theanine. Some studies suggest the matcha may improve the cognitive function, attention, and memory. It is also good for heart health as it may help lower blood pressure and improve the cholesterol level, potentially reducing the risk of a heart disease. And matcha contains antioxidant that may help fight cancer and reduce liver damage caused by toxins. So remember at the beginning, the matcha, the tea was very expensive because they believe it's medicine. And then actually, the recent study actually prove that it was used like a medicine. Okay. And lastly, I would like to introduce my favorite Zen phrase. So this is also a famous one, which became the title of a tea ceremony movie several years ago. It became very popular. So it means we call the nichi nichi kore kojutsu, which means that every day is a good day. Sounds simple, but of course there are times in life that are difficult and sad. But if you live each day meaningfully, anything can become a form of training that helps you grow. Every day is a good day. Encourage the perspective of personal growth. So this tea ceremony study for me is the meaningful and not just a hobby, but also I could learn a lot of things and then try to the daily life. So I just wanted to share. And then also I could enjoy the every season. For example, the top left is I made tea under the cherry trees, and then the cherry blossom reflect the tray, and then that is so beautiful. So I took the picture of that, and then at the top right is another hanging scroll, and this is a one kanji, and then that means waterfall. It looks like waterfall, isn't it? So, and then it was a very hot day, evening, and then people see this waterfall, and then the kind of feel like the coolness. So just like this, enjoy the nature season, and then the beauty of nature is also very, very important. Okay, so this is my presentation in it, but is there any question? Like, anybody?
So I've seen that scene in Shogun. Is it pretty accurate?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. I think so. But the a lot of study or the old books show, and then it's actually really accurate, and then we are inherited all practice, and then it's still the same.
I remember watching her crawl through that little door, and I didn't understand. I thought that was like the secret entrance because it was like a secret meeting. But then I liked
Oh,
your explanation for that's the
mhm,
entrance to the tea house because we kept
right.
getting swords.
Yeah, it's so tiny, and some people cannot enter probably. Okay, so maybe I
Carolyn
wanna
has a question.
stop. Um, okay.
Okay, my question is,
Mhm,
you back it up to the man back in the 1500s.
mhm.
Why did he have to commit harikari?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
There's just some theory, but he and then the last shogun Hideyoshi, he at that time he was the teacher, but there's a miscommunication probably, and then he put the liquid statues somewhere on top, and then that is the maybe shogun's pride couldn't stand, and then at that time it's those you know top and then down is very, very important. So there's some other issue, and then a lot of people respect Rikyu too much. It could be the jealous issue. So, but anyway, once the shogun said, "Oh, you gotta commit suicide," and then they have to do. There's no other choice.
Oh man.
Yeah, I
Okay.
know.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, very crazy. But
Yeah.
at that time, that was like, how do you say, have to show the loyalty.
Wow. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
When I did a tea ceremony in Japan, and they offered like second servings of the tea, but they mentioned that the temperature would be different.
Temperature is different.
I want to say they lowered the temperature so it's not as hot as the first cup or something.
Probably sometimes the other way around.
Oh, it gets hotter.
If it's at the first served in the summer, and then you must be very thirsty, and then at the drink at the less hot tea, and then at the next time it's you can enjoy the hotter temperature, but probably there's maybe depends on the season, depends on the situation, or depends on the tea itself.
Okay, I know they gave an explanation, but I don't remember.
Or sometimes thick tea is thick tea first, and then the less hot, and then thin tea is more hotter.
Okay.
Could be that way. And then also, I introduced only kind of urasenke style, but there's other style too, the omote senke or many different schools. But urasenke is 70% of students are from urasenke in Japan.
Wow. Okay.
But here is maybe half and half, omote senke and urasenke. So, is there any question? Calvin? Okay, first Calvin.
Oh, nowadays they have all that matcha, this and that. So when did that come about?
What is?
When did that all start?
When matcha.
When did they start making it like people drinking it like with milk and?
Oh yeah, it's
like
very,
matcha powder.
very recently. But usually we call the matcha means no cream or sugar. So, but even when we were young, and then there's a matcha ice cream, and or a matcha flavor cake, and then it's getting more and more like the last decades, I think.
I see.
The Starbucks started the matcha frappuccino or something like that.
Yeah.
So now, when I serve the young children, and then there's no cream or tea, sugar, and then of course that is the way.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but very recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, okay, Amy.
Oh, thank you. So I don't know if you may be already have mentioned, but when the women they started to allow women to serve and receive tea.
I heard at the end of the war era, but it's more regular woman is at I think it's in Meiji. It's an end of Edo era, a period. But at the as a like a shogun picture, right? It's at the like a samurai's wife, or some exception, even long time ago. But in general, the mostly only for samurai or monks. Even
Mm.
even men is if they are not samurai or not uh, wealthy, and they couldn't do that.
Mm. Mm. Thank you.
Any other
Anything?
questions? I was curious for the scrolls. Does that mean every like tea ceremony uh, host has like a lot of scrolls that they pick from, or how does that work?
Yeah. That's sometimes we just buy it and then check and like eBay or some type of thing, and then but yeah have to be written by monk, then Buddhist monk, or um the tea ceremony master, or sometimes even the artist. But um the if they passed away, then would be fine. We can use those artists. It's weird. We called everybody become like a Buddha when they die. So
Oh,
then
interesting.
the closer to Buddha, and then the is kind of high class, then can use those people's hanging scroll. It, I know it's a bit weird, but yeah, at least I have maybe 10, 20. I yeah, maybe I think 15 to 20. I didn't count, but
That you have.
yeah, I that's but you know, people have more because those are theme, and then
Mm.
yeah,
So you
sometimes
have like the tools and utensils for that theme.
yeah. So one of the reason I cannot teach, I cannot have my own group because I don't have enough utensil. So tea ceremony teacher must be very rich.
Oh,
Seriously. So because a lot of different type of utensil, not only tea cup, tea bowl. Um, there's a many different. By the way, the like this, isn't it cute? It's a Christmas tea bowl I brought to my group the other day, and then just like this, it's there's every seasonal utensil or occasion. My another one is Santa Claus. So I like those are not a very expensive one, but still, I cannot buy expensive one. Some are crazy. Like the other day, I went to Japan, and then I saw the one the flower base,
Mm.
and it looks very nice. It's a used one, and it's antique shop, and then that's a $1,500 in such a tiny the flower base. But of course, the doesn't have to like the cheap one is fine. It's not important. It's the price, but some if some famous artist made it, so of course become expensive. Oh, Carolyn.
Okay, so you call the bowl
Mm-hmm.
a chawan,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chawan.
like rice bowl, or
Yeah.
specifically for tea, or can you take a rice bowl and use it for the tea?
Uh, no, no.
No.
We usually don't use the rice bowl to tea. There's
Yeah, because it looks shaped different. It's
shape is
bigger.
different. So
Yeah.
this is the normal shape of the tea bowl. And then the chawan is more sharp, right? And then the smaller.
Yeah, yeah,
And then
yeah.
we called sometimes gohan jawan.
Oh,
So rice jawan. That not always say the gohan jawan. So in the kitchen or the dining table, and then can you give me a chawan? That means rice chawan. But
yeah.
in the tea ceremony practice, if we call the chawan, that means tea bowl.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the presentation, Kazumi.
Oh, thank you for the opportunity. Yes.
Yeah, so much goes into tea ceremony that I don't think we see behind the scenes, like receiving or just partaking, right? So it's cool to learn all the ins and outs. Let's see. Let me grab a screenshot if you guys are okay with that. Donna, did you want to come back on camera?
Dana.
No, they're not. Okay. All right, you guys ready? 1, 2, and 3. Got it. Thank you so much. We will be having our next presentation again January 16th, and that'll be Marlene Shigakawa presenting about Postin Live. We'll do a presentation and film screening of Blue Jay, the film covering a relationship between a Native American and an internee during the internment camps, World War II.
That's interesting.
And anyone that is local in San Jose, we will be doing a sound bath at San Jose's Japanese American Museum at JAMS on January 10th. So keep an eye out for information about that.
Yeah, last time I participated, it was a wonderful, event. So you should not miss.
Cool. All right, everyone. Well, have a great rest of your evening and rest of your week, and happy holidays. Stay warm, stay safe.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
you
very
Bye-bye.
much.
Me.
Bye.
Thank you.
Happy holiday.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Ron,
Bye.
you're missing Dietz right now.